Okay, now we're recording.
Yeah, we are.
All right, cool.
Yo.
Hey, yo.
All right, clap.
Clap back.
There we
Ooh,
go.
Okay.
You see? So now
Yeah.
you can see where it does that on the clip there and here, and you can align it straight
Okay.
away.
All right. So which one am I? I'm on the.
You're number one. I'm
I'm
number
on
two.
The top. Yeah, as it should be, bro.
Shut the fuck up.
Interns go number 2 for sure. Bro. All right.
No,
so,
wait. Why am I so loud? I'm gonna turn it down. A
do
bit.
you know what? I'm a
What's
big
up?
fan of having the headphones in and
Really?
being able to. Yeah, because I feel like I'm on the fucking Joe Rogan podcast. You know, where they're he's got it in. And they're dialed in. I feel like I'm plugged into you right now, you know?
Yeah.
It's not just a
Yo.
You're always take it easy.
Yo, take it easy.
All right, hell yeah, bro.
That
I
sounds
feel like we
cool.
should be looking at each other as well. Hey, this is a conversation, isn't it?
Yeah. Alright, let me move the cushion a bit. Okay.
Yo, so what's up?
Now this
Julian?
actually be really sick when we actually get it like rolling
Yeah,
properly with
dude.
the camera and with like headphones.
No, this is gas. Maybe I should check if it's like recording.
Nah,
that
I'm
would-
pretty sure it is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah.
recording.
Wait, but do you have like the cables for your Bose?
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
the cable to go into the. It's a Neumann. The headphones you're talking about.
Oh, I mean, it doesn't matter. No, I was thinking like just like normal headphones too. Like your Bose, if you have a cable to that, we can just attach it to the computer.
Oh, what, with me now?
Like, do you have?
No, I didn't
I
bring my
know.
headphones
No,
with me.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
No, the Bose are Bluetooth, but I have like
No, but
Neumann
do they not
mixing.
have a-
No, they don't. But I have
Okay.
a Neumann like mixing set of headphones. I'll bring.
Okay, then
They're
I
nice
think that
and
should be
clunky.
fine.
Right, cool. Yeah, no, here we are, bro. First pod.
Facts.
It's good to be here.
Yeah,
I've-
at fucking 9 p.m. man.
Yeah, dude. I feel like I've like thought about. I feel like I've like thought about starting a pod every now and then. I'm like, hey, we should run a fucking pod. And then you just never. But here we are because we have to.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually pretty sick. I feel like it's
Yeah.
gonna be really cool, like documenting our
No,
like
100%.
journey and stuff.
Yeah. How are you feeling today, bro?
Tired,
I'm fucking tired.
knackered, honestly.
Dead.
No sleep last
Why are
night.
you tired?
I don't know, I just couldn't fall asleep last night.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Dark thoughts circulating.
Nah. No, actually, like stuff with the business and
Yeah,
stuff.
no, I feel you. I couldn't sleep last night because I was in an Airbnb, obviously, as you know,
Yeah.
and we like it was like hot. So
Yeah.
we like opened the window, and then like I swear to God, we had like a swarm of fucking mosquitoes in
Oh damn.
at like 4 a.m. I hadn't slept yet, and we had to like get up and like murder a bunch of mosquitoes. And it was like me and Vader were just like trying to fucking kill every mosquito we could, and there was like
Damn.
leaving like blood stains all over the wall.
Oh, a little
yeah.
traumatic
A
experience.
little
right
bit,
there.
yeah. Anyway, so okay, what the fuck are we doing? We're at StartOpps is the name of the pod because we're ops.
No, we're not ops.
We're not ops. So we were ops. I don't think we were ever ops, but like
Nah, it's just like we didn't really communicate much, I guess.
no, yeah. When I
Yeah,
first met you, I was like, this guy kind of bad vibes, you know, off the bat. I never told you that before, but
Really?
yeah, not
No
kind
way.
of bad vibes. You were just like, I feel like you like complained about a few things, and I was like, this guy complains a lot. And then
Oh, okay,
and now
fair
that I
enough.
know you, I'm like, oh, he's just a prick.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
No, it's cool
it's
though.
kind of.
But yeah, so what are we doing here on StartOpps, bro?
Well-
What's the play?
Well, I think what we said we want to do is just like we kind of just want to document our journey
Yeah.
with this idea we have. I'm pretty sure we'll get into details with it.
Yeah, we will.
But I feel like it's really cool that we can like document the whole process.
100%, dude.
Even just looking back at it, I think later on it's gonna be really fun. Just
Yeah.
like,
I feel like we already have like a lot to look back on, like even though it's only been like
a month or so.
yeah, something like that. Like it feels like we've gone through so many mini pivots
Yeah.
already on like I feel like I'm sitting awkwardly.
Yeah, I feel like that too.
I
bro.
actually hate being on camera as well.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
I mean, I really don't care. at this point.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot that it was there.
Yeah.
I thought it was
that's,
just like
that's what you want, eh? You want to just
Yeah.
like forget the camera's rolling.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I feel like we've been through so many mini pivots already. And I think there was a point where we were like, even in this month and a half, where we were like, should we even do this together? I mean, I had that thought. I was
Yeah.
like, because obviously, like my original idea was like pretty niche, right? We'll get into it,
Yeah.
but and yours was pretty like maybe lacking nicheness in a way,
Yeah.
and that's why the balancing has worked out. But yeah, so Julia and I are starting a business.
Yeah.
Together.
Wait, before I think we should mention that we're both currently students at
Master
Berkeley
students.
and master
Yeah.
students in Berkeley, Valencia.
Berkeley College of Music, Valencia. Thank you
Yeah.
for having us.
Yeah.
For a big fee.
Abnormal fee.
Yeah, so we're both students in
Yeah.
the Global Entertainment and Music Business program. I don't know about you, but I don't care about my grades. I'll be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not here for the grades. You know, whenever the teacher starts talking to me about grades, I just switch the fuck off. I'm like, I'm not here to like do well in class. I mean, I am doing well in class.
I think the grades for me is just like so that like my parents know I'm on track. To be honest, because like they've always really cared about grades, you know.
Yeah, no, I mean mine too for sure. Like I think mine are definitely like on the cautious side of things as well. Like when I first started like getting a little bit entrepreneurial with it, because last year I tried to start my own business, kind of, and there was like, I think there was some raised eyebrows around the house, which were people like, what the fuck is Matthias up to?
Yeah,
I'm Matthias, by the way. This is Julian.
Yo, we did a really bad job. We didn't even tell our backgrounds or anything. That's funny.
But we'll get there. It's on the agenda.
Okay. Sorry.
But that's all good. I forgive you. But yeah, so like when I was doing my shit last year, I was like, I could tell my parents were like, oh, just get a job, man. They were like, please, like, but you know, yeah, okay, cool. So you're tired, I'm tired. We're doing a podcast.
Just kind of felt like it.
Yeah. Second thing on the agenda is that we have agreed to try not to get cancelled here.
Yeah, we just got to be careful.
We're not trying to get cancelled here. Julia and I, we speak freely amongst each other, you know, within reason. But yeah, we're gonna behave ourselves. Okay, so what are we here for then? So what was I? I've got down. What about when we actually start the company? That shouldn't be what we do next. Let's talk about the story. Let's do introductions. All
right, you go first.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, go first.
All right, okay. So my name is Matthias Christensen. I'm from London. I'm half Danish, but I don't speak Danish. But I do speak Spanish and French. And yeah, I studied philosophy at uni. And when I finished my philosophy degree, I really liked it. I really liked it actually. And then I was planning on doing my master's and PhD track in philosophy. And so I came back to the UK once I finished my degree in Canada. I was working as a school teacher for a while. And didn't love it. And then as I was like preparing for my my application to I'm tired, bro. Preparing for my application to study philosophy further, I was like, you know what, like it's cool, but it's not that cool. In the sense that I did like a cost benefit analysis. I realized how much it would cost me to get 5 more years of education in philosophy.
Is this 5 more years?
Yeah, it's 5 more years.
No way.
It'd be 3 for the MPhil, which is like I think it's like 2 years of the masters, and then you do the PhD for.
Oh, you have to do a PhD too.
Yeah, it's like 2 years of masters and then 3 years of PhD.
Oh, damn!
I'm sure you like make money as you do it. You know, like working as like a researcher. But I was like, yeah, like doing that in London, like on a student budget essentially, and I would have been pushing fucking 30 by the time I finished, and I was like, damn, like, you know, I feel like I like philosophy, but not that much. So I was like, okay, I gotta pivot here. That's probably my first pivot of many, you know.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah. And I was working as a school teacher, and then I sort of had this phone call with my dad, and he was like, I was like having this like existential crisis at work, and he was like, just like, what do you want to do? And I was like, I want to be around music. I've been a producer for 4 years. Like I make my own shit. Like I love it. I just want to be around it, you know. And even being around musicians this whole year, I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. Like for me, music is the hobby, but the like just it's the subject of everything I want to do, you know.
It's fair enough.
And then then I tried to start my own like media company with a friend. We had some creative differences, so I worked as a project manager for him for a year or so. Started my own blog unsuccessfully because I wasn't really like do you know what, I started a blog just as an excuse to fucking network. I went, oh yeah, I run a blog. Like,
I mean, that's fair enough.
Yeah, I could go to shows and just be like, yeah, you know, I'm running media, and then it, you know, and that's how I got into the industry. Like because before then I'd only ever been in the creator space. I only like cared about making music, and I realized the other day I don't like loud music, you know. So like so when it comes to shows and stuff, it's a bit weird for me. Like and then learning about all the like business, I'm like, whoa, this is cool. It's like a game. It's like a big game.
Yeah, it literally is.
I'm trying to win the game. So so here I am. And then I got really into merchandise industry, and that's where you come in. So tell us about yourself.
All right. Bro. So I mean, brief introduction is like, my name is Julian Lucevo.
How do you say that last name again?
Lucevo. Yeah, well, it's technically different in Polish, but just for the English people and just like the international people, it's easier.
For all
like
our English fans.
Yeah. No, so yeah, I'm half Polish, half Korean. I was born in Budapest in Hungary. I lived there all my life until COVID hit, obviously. So I got accepted into London to do music production for my bachelor's, but that was like right after like COVID, like 2020. It was like October-ish, right? That's when the UK school starts.
I don't even remember COVID. Not gonna lie, that shit was,
I mean, that shit kind of just like flew by.
Super weird.
Like, yeah, but the cool thing is that like during COVID, like so. Actually, funnily enough, like when I was preparing to graduate school, I was actually planning on taking criminology. I talked to you about this before. But yeah, so I was mainly actually looking at Calgary for criminology.
Oh, sick. Okay, sick. That's super cool. Yeah, Canada's amazing, dude. I love Canada.
Yeah, Canada's like I actually really want to go visit once. I mean, let's maybe not talk about the drug epidemic there, you know, and stuff. But besides that, I really want to go like hiking and camping there. I feel like that would be really sick.
Skiing is nuts in Canada.
Yeah, definitely. Nuts. Ski season is big.
It's crazy.
That's also why I actually wanted to go to Calgary. I mean, I really like snowboarding.
Oh hell yeah!
So we should hit the slopes.
I'm learning something new about you here, bro.
So actually, my music teacher managed to like kind of switch my thoughts into doing music.
Cool.
So like I started producing like maybe 2019 like December. So just before Christmas break. She was like, "Yo, this is really sick."
That's when you started producing.
Yeah, 2019.
That's crazy, dude. That's like pretty much. That's pretty much the same time as me. Actually.
Yeah, literally.
That's actually nuts.
So then, like, I started then. Actually, like, who did I look at before? Like, I think I used to look at like Prod by Ocean.
Okay, yeah,
he's a big inspiration.
Dude, I love the
growing up.
You know
with
Kyle Beats.
Yeah, Kyle Beats too.
I'm still watching Kyle Beats.
Really, I actually stopped.
Dude,
But I don't know. I actually don't know who. Like, actually, my biggest. I think my biggest influence when I produce is Mike Dean. I don't know if you know him.
Cool.
He does like very synthy stuff for like Travis Scott on like The Weeknd and stuff.
Yeah.
Like he had a tour with The Weeknd where he played like live synths.
Okay.
Like I'm just very into synths.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
A lot of my music is like that. But yeah, so I started producing then. And then I went to London to do a music production bachelor's at University of West London. Well, I mean, it was alright. It's nothing special, to be honest. Like, but the thing was
Let's hope they don't see this then.
Huh?
Let's hope they don't see it.
Nah, it's fine. You know, some professors are really sick. Like, I'm not gonna name drop any. Some are kind of annoying and stuff. But I think third year is like when I started to slowly panic. I was like, what do I do now? Like, I'm gonna be in London. Like, how do I make money with this and like stuff like that? It's like really hard. Like, because with producers, it's you either just go full producer mode, right, and you make music, or it's like you become like an engineer. Yeah, which is like I kind of didn't want to become an engineer, and like the producing side was fun, but it's just like the amount of money I made in those like few years is like
especially if you're based in London, dude. Like it's a scary one.
And then. So what did I do after? Yeah, actually, funnily enough, like I think both of us, we found Berkeley very late. Like you handed in your late application. No?
Yeah, I think the deadline was like Jan 15th, and I found out about Berkeley on December like 4th or something.
Okay,
like that.
So I found out just a little bit before.
Yeah,
I found out in November, and then I, over like the Christmas break, I.
Did your
applied.
Application?
But the funny thing is that actually I'm pretty sure the person that helped me find the masters is my mother.
Okay.
I think because
you went straight from bachelor's to here,
okay. I'm 21. I'm turning 22 in May, so still youngin. But yeah, no. So I didn't know what to do, and I was thinking of doing so with my father we had like I had a talk with him that I should get a master's at least. Yeah. Because he has a PhD. Cool. But it's like it's a bit too much. So I was like, okay, what do I do a master's in? Do I want to do music production again? But I was like, I don't really want to stay in like UWL. Like personally, like I didn't really enjoy it too much. It wasn't anything special. So I was like, okay, what's the next avenue, right? Like, do I go back home? Do I work for my dad or something? And then I was like, music business. Yeah. Then I tried to find like multiple like universities that do a master's. Yeah,
there's not many, you know.
There's like NYU, and then there's like Berkeley.
Yeah. There's like,
and then there's a few in London, but they're just like.
No, I applied to. I'm not going to say which uni, but I applied to 2 unis. So there's the Westminster one. I will say that one.
Yeah, I was looking at that one.
Yeah, I got into there, and like I was tempted because it's a lot cheaper than out here. I was like, for 1 year, a lot cheaper than out here. But then the other one I got into, I went for an interview, and at the end of the interview, like the first time I'd met anyone, like I basically just like, yeah, I'm interested in applying. I went for the interview, and they just like offered me a place at the end of it, and I was like, that's a bit of a red flag, you know, like I feel like when shit like that comes too easy, you're like, oh, you know, I feel like we're conditioned to like want to work for it now. Because it's so, I feel like
also you can like make them wait for it at least.
Yeah,
like
exactly. Like send me an email like a few days later. Make me want it a bit, you know. But yeah. I feel like, I guess in today's like competitive landscape, you know, you want it to feel like you only just got it, because otherwise it's almost like not worth having, right?
Yeah.
But I remember reading some LinkedIn post about something related to this. They were saying like, you know, if a candidate feels right, like offer them the job. Like obviously that's a job application, but even that was like, that's a bit of a red flag still. Like, it shouldn't be, but it is, you know, just because it's such a deviation from the norm.
I think it's also like so competitive everywhere, you know.
Yeah.
And there's like so many of us that like not everyone can get the specific job they want, you know.
That's why when I hired you as my intern, I mean,
yo, we have this ongoing joke that I'm the intern of the company. Now it's
I got a couple
co-founded.
years on Julian, so you know, so I gotta make remind him of it. No, I'm joking though. Hell yeah. Okay, right. Should we move on then?
I think we should probably start talking about the company instead of this.
Am I boring you?
I mean, I think it's really good though, like, because it's like an introduction. No,
it's good,
to,
bro. Yeah,
like,
I mean,
us,
this is kind of how I want the pod to be. Is that like I want us to just chat, you know, at the end of the day. Like as we get on.
Loki, this is fun. I'm not gonna leave.
Yeah, no, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. But
I'm actually enjoying this.
I mean, like, you know, like the further down we go, like, right now we're in like the planning stage. Like the further we go into like actually doing operations.
This is gonna look much better later on.
Yeah, we'll get
there. This is just very makeshift for now, you know.
But yeah, so like the further down we go, like the more business stuff we'll actually have to like talk about. I mean, we could talk about what we were working on today, but I feel like, you know,
but I think it's also like there's like certain things that we'll be able to say, and then certain things we can't. But like, I think.
But right now, the journey. Let's talk about the journey. You know,
definitely.
So let me tell you what I was interested in doing. So when I first got here, I was like confused doing my master. I was confused as to which direction I wanted to go in. Long story short, I ended up like really getting into merchandise. I had a conversation with Cliff Fluette, genius Cliff. We love Cliff.
We love Cliff.
And he kind of rammed it home with me. Like the merchandising revenue stream is like crazy undercapitalized upon. And I was like, yeah, that's actually mad, because if you and as a massive football fan, I see the world of merchandise in the sports space, and I'm like, damn, they're killing it, right? Like you go to a match day, everybody's got scarves, caps, jerseys. I mean, I guess they have a problem with like fake merch, because I mean, obviously a lot of people buying like fake. But yeah, it's like, and then you think about like music merch. Like I have this story. My mom took my sister to an Adele concert or something, and like Adele is like one of the biggest stars in the UK. Who's she signed to? She signed to that like independent one. I can't remember the name.
Yo, I have no clue.
Oh, I should know.
Yeah.
Beggars. She signed to Beggars. She signed to Beggars.
Okay, is it Beggars?
Yeah, it is Beggars. It's Beggars. I think.
No way, it's actually Beggars.
Yeah,
really?
I think so. Yeah, she signed to Beggars.
Wait, there was someone we were doing assignment about that were signed to Beggars too.
I think so.
In the last midterm.
I can't remember.
Who did we do it about?
I don't know. But,
it's such a blur.
But anyway, yeah. So my mum like she queued for ages at the kiosk to spend 60 quid on like Adele's official tour t-shirt, and apparently it was shit. Like it was just like, it was like shitty quality, and like the designs are fucking lazy, bro. Like not to throw shade, but like I went on Adele's website once to like see what the designs are now, because I think she released that album that has like her face again.
I don't know, bro. I don't really listen to Adele.
I don't either, but like I was doing the
her music's good though.
Yeah, I was doing the market research to see the merch, and it's like the bundle they're selling is like a vinyl CD or something, which like I get like physical merchandise for like recording is coming back, but like not really.
Yeah.
And then the t-shirt was just like the album cover picture just like stuck on, like printed onto a black t-shirt but in like gold, and it's like super naff. But anyway, so my mum was like, she bought this 60 quid t-shirt, and my sister like wore it to sleep in, but like would never wear it anywhere else because it was just so shit. And like I'm not going to name drop any other artists because I'm not trying to disrespect anyone. Like I mean, like obviously that's not their primary focus. Like Adele is definitely not like running her own merch, I would assume. So I'm not trying to disrespect anyone. I'm just saying that like for me, I looked at that untapped market because it's such a big market and it's such a like a luxurious one, but like they're not capitalizing upon it properly. So I was like, that's the direction I want to go in because I see the opportunity. And like having like identified that opportunity, I'm like, okay, like now it seems like a game to me, and I like games. So I want to get in there and like figure out how to like improve things. And then so I came up with this unique sort of very niche boutique firm idea that I was working on before.
Let me just check this.
Yeah, check still running.
Yeah, it's
good. Yeah, we chilling. Yeah. Which is something I want to incorporate down the line. I don't want to give too much away too soon. Yeah. But yeah, so that's where I was working on that, but it was definitely like limited in the sense that it was pretty niche, which I would still have been fine with. Like, I like the idea of a boutique firm. I like the idea of like building something bigger as well. Like, I just kind of want to go,
with the
just
flow.
trying to win the game, you know.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
Yeah, and then Julian was working on something else. You can tell your idea now.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it starts with Cliff too. This one, so it's a Cliff, honestly, with both our ideas. But yeah, no, this is all started with Innovation Week for both of us. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so I was really fixated onto like the fan aspect of the whole thing, like fan bases and super fans specifically. So yeah, I was starting drafting some ideas on making a platform accessible for music super fans, where they can like all gather together and like have this like community.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the main thing with like my issue throughout was like it wasn't too niche, right?
Yeah,
so it was like too broad.
It was like not
and, like,
niche enough.
I just didn't know how to like incorporate everything because like there's other things that have been done.
Yeah, and other things underway as well.
Yeah,
in that space.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I think is it UMG or WMG?
No, WMG. Because I think UMG said they want to use the Weverse one, or they're testing it.
Oh,
that's what they
okay,
said.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Weverse is cool, actually.
Yeah, Weverse is big.
Yeah, my problem with these platforms is that they just don't look cool enough. Like, maybe that's me like thinking I'm like too cool for school, but like go on Weverse, it's just like it looks a bit whack. Like, I wouldn't want to spend time on that website, you know. That's I think, because like that's I guess in a sense what we're trying to do is we want to make a place you want to spend time on, and not in the sense that we're like trying to set dopamine traps like TikTok and Instagram where we're just like stuck there. Like, I feel like you want to make something trendy that like is aesthetic, represents the artist everywhere you go. Like, when on the artist page, it looks like, you know, if you're a fan, it looks familiar. And it looks curated and crafted. Whereas like if you go on Weverse, it's like I just feel like I'm scrolling through eBay. You know, like there's just like,
I mean, that's the whole model though.
Yeah,
it's just like basically
Weverse. There's a reason for that.
Like, I think if people don't know what Weverse is, Weverse is basically the main K-pop merchandise platform, like where you can buy T-shirts, hoodies, CDs, and everything.
Yeah, and the K-pop merch scene is sick. Like, they're doing so well. I heard so many cool ideas from there. Well,
that's where
did you hear about the perfume thing? So I can't
where they spray out the perfume into the thing.
Yeah,
so
that's sick. I can't remember who it was, but they did a concert where they like sprayed a bunch of perfume in the room to make it have a certain smell, like, so, like really triggering the olfactory sense, right? So you're there and you smell it, and then on the way out they sold the fucking perfume in a bottle for fans. So like you take away, like, you're not just taking photos, you're taking a sense memory out. So every time you smell it, it reminds you of the venue. Like, that's crazy.
Excuse me. But no, definitely. I think my whole idea came from like the whole K-pop scene. Yeah, definitely. Especially since I'm like half Korean, right? Like, I should be more aware of the scene, but like, if I'm being honest, I don't really listen to K-pop. It's not my
K-hip hop's cool.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Fair enough.
I've listened to a few.
Actually, no, K-bossa nova is really good too.
Oh, is that a thing?
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy.
Like, a lot of like coffee shops play it and stuff.
Yeah,
it's really chill.
That's super cool.
I'll put you on some.
Yeah, please do.
But yeah, no, definitely. And then I think we both were missing something. With both our ideas, and then I think.
I think the main thing for me and you, as in terms of like deciding to collaborate, is that we were just like giving each other so much fucking advice and stuff. Yeah. And we've been joking about like, if one of our companies fails, like, you'll hire the other one. Kind of thing. So, but I remember we had that conversation up in the bunker, which is a place where we study. And like, we spent like half an hour talking about Julian's product and project, and then we spent half an hour talking about mine. And I was like, bro, it's so dumb that we're not like putting our heads together on the same thing. And I think that's again where like another opportunity pops up. And I think like for both of us, like, I think rather than like revolutionizing a particular landscape in the industry, like, rather than me, I'm not in it to like revolutionize merch. Like, I'm stuck with merch. Like, I love merch. I'm like really interested in it. But like, at the end of the day, like, to win the game, like, you want to work where there's opportunities.
Definitely.
You can't just like come up with an idea. This is what I've learned this is you can't come up with an idea and be like, oh, this would be cool, and just try and like throw it at the market and see what happens. Like, you have to find the mold, right? You have to like find and then mold the idea to like fit the I don't know, like the hole in the market. And so I was like sitting working with you. I'm like, this is the next opportunity. This is the next pivot. Like, with that whole like design thinking type like pivot approach. Like, like I saw us doing that and I was like, we need to at least explore it if we can do it.
I mean, I think it was actually funny because we were told to do a completely like different task in class. You remember with Violetta, and then we ended up coming up with this whole idea in my notebook, like in class.
Was that when we like came up with the model?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's like when we like kind of like.
Oh yeah, we weren't doing.
We weren't doing what we were supposed to do.
Yeah, we were just. But we were still in negotiations because we decided we wanted to see if we could like work together, but we didn't know how. And then we were like trying to kind of compress the two ideas together, but you obviously don't want to just like stick two ideas together and like, this will work. So I think we're at that point now where we're like slowly pivoting every time we come up with a new problem.
Definitely.
To try and like figure out like what can work, and we're doing the market research. We got some really cool managers I'm just talking to right now. Won't name drop anyone, but I'm super excited to talk to
I'm actually really excited too. Especially because of the artists,
it's crazy. I basically messaged like my favorite artist manager on Instagram, and because like his LinkedIn looking super inactive, and I was like, I couldn't find his email or anything, so I'd searched up ChatGPT. I was like, who's the manager for this guy, and then they put the name.
Honestly, we have to give ChatGPT props for this.
We might have to get it on the pod at some point. We have to sit in the middle.
We gotta print out just ChatGPT. Like it's been extremely helpful.
I love that piece of technology.
But I think people get it wrong, right? A lot of people think like it's gonna take over everything. I feel like if we use that as a tool. Like definitely we can. I mean, I know one person that's triggered by it. Mr. Pete Dyson.
But no, I can confidently say that ChatGPT and AI like is an open source, whatever it's called, like open source text. It has made my life so much better, and I'm not just talking professionally, like personally. The new thing I'm doing, little pro tip, is like if you ever want to like create a new dish. And you like know what kind of stuff you want to put in it. Like
I didn't even think about this.
That's how I've been cooking so much lately. I literally pick up a bunch of ingredients, and I'll tell ChatGPT. I'll be like, okay, I have this, or like I want to make a dish with like chicken, coriander, chickpea, tomato, but I'm not really sure how to do it. I had a dish in Nepal one time that tasted like that, but it had a green chili in it, and it was so good. But I didn't get the recipe, and I don't know what the dish is.
Yeah.
Can you make up a recipe? With all the shit
that's actually really cool,
and it comes up with like a full, and every time it bangs like
I'm gonna try that out.
This is the thing with ChatGPT, like the upshot of what I'm saying is that like it gives you access to so much stuff, like to so much skill sets that you wouldn't ever really be able to do in the first place, like in the sense that like I wouldn't know how to fucking like create a dish, bro, because I cook but I don't cook.
I know that's the same. Like with me.
So whenever I'm approaching something new, and like this is why it's so good for entrepreneurs, it's like me and you are sat down like trying to figure out like market segmentation. As like I haven't come across it before properly, and like now I have to, and it's like I could spend hours researching it, but you get to the same end point quicker and more efficiently.
Definitely.
If you use AI, so like it's that thing where we're all good. It's that thing where like you got to use it as a tool. Like it's not going to take over. It can optimize and supercharge you as like whatever kind of professional or like personal like objective you have. I'm crazy about it. Like I love it.
I mean, I completely understand you. I agree. Like I feel like it's such a good tool, especially with like things like this, I guess, and also like just making it like the way it explains things to you, and you can say like, explain it to like a 5-year-old, and it actually makes sense. So it's like it's really useful when it comes to stuff. Like I think a lot of my assignments too, a lot of things that I don't understand, I ask it for help. Obviously cross like reference it with Google and check if everything's correct, but
I'm not cross-referencing that
really
much,
damn.
Every now and then.
Damn, you're probably one of those people that
is hallucinating on me aggressively.
Yeah.
All right, hell yeah. So where we at? We done.
Let's move on because we're gonna be stuck. Now we gotta do an episode about AI.
Yeah, I would.
Definitely.
100%. All right, so yes, we're talking about trying to solve the problem. We kind of talked about that with pivoting. Like we that's the thing. So that's what I was saying, just like briefly. So we're talking about like you need to come up with a concept that like fits a need in the market. Like you need to identify a problem. And I would say that that's like, without going into too much detail again, I think that's where we haven't quite nailed down the problem that we're trying to solve yet. Like personally, like I think this, like for my initial approach into the merch space was that there's a stylistic problem. Like there is like the merch is like, there's a quality problem, there's a style problem, there's a design problem, there's customization problems really, in the sense that like, there's lacking that. lacking that like ability to make your product your own. I also think that there's a massive problem in the sense that like the merchandising space is very much capitalizing on concert goers. And which, if you look at the sports industry, that's not the case, because like obviously people will go on match day and buy shirts and buy merchandise to like show their fandom. I did it recently when I went to Florence. I watched Fiorentina. I bought the shirt.
Did you buy it?
Yeah, I bought a shirt.
Okay. I thought you had that previously.
No, I bought it when I was there. And like so I bought it, but I'm a tourist, right?
Yeah.
But like, a lot, obviously all the Fiorentina fans, they'll have their own shit before they go.
Yeah, of course.
But I mean, let's say there's a big club like Manchester United has like a huge fan base globally.
100%.
Not all of those fans go to matches. Like not all of them can. Some of them live in like Indonesia.
Yeah, Man U actually has a big Asian support.
Exactly, and those fans don't go to games week in, week out. But they still buy the shirts. Like maybe Indonesia, they don't. There's a lot of like counterfeiting going on. Like I don't know too much about it, but like in other countries, like let's say Singapore or like
Korea, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, they'll buy the merchandise because they're fans, right? And
exactly.
And the music space doesn't do that, in my opinion.
It's not effective.
I think, and this is really hard to access this data because most of it's private. But like, I would make the I would confidently make the assumption that majority of merchandise sales go on tour days, whereas like go at live concerts. Whereas like actually, give me a second, let me cook. Whereas like if you look at the sports industry, they sell a lot online. Like their e-commerce is a big thing. They sell a lot through third-party retailers. People go to the mega shops or whatever they're called, like not on match day. Like there's a lot of like transactions going on outside of the match day. If anything, I think a lot more go on. Again, it's hard to know because this data is really hard to find. But I think the music industry, maybe I'm not exactly correct in what I'm saying, but I do think there's space to like, if I'm a Taylor Swift fan, but I live in, I guess they do global tours, don't they? Big fans. But let's say I'm a fan of an English rapper, and they don't do worldwide tours, and I live in Australia because English music's hot. It's the biggest market in Europe. Yeah. And I'm an Australian, and I love this rapper. They're never going to do a show. I go online, the merch is a bit like, but I think it doesn't compel me.
We also got to keep in mind, like for album drops, I think a lot of merch sales go with that. Like, like artists with their album drops, like when they make like specific like hoodies, not sweatshirt, hoodies, t-shirts and whatnot.
Yeah, but if you go on those album drop merch websites, they don't sell as wide a variety as the stuff they sell at concerts.
Really?
I think maybe it's an assumption, but I feel like I've seen at concerts.
I feel like they just do exclusive stuff at the concerts for like people who attend it.
Yeah, okay. Like because it's tour merch. Because
like one example I can give for sure.
You're right. There is a difference between album merch and tour merch.
Yeah.
But generally, the tours are often associated to an album, right? Like they'll go on tour to promote the album, or vice versa. They'll make the
I think it's the
other
way around.
Yeah, it's inverted. But like, I guess you definitely want to capitalize on that souvenir aspect.
Definitely.
But yeah, I guess more people are more likely to buy merch than at a concert because than if they listen to an album and love it. That not necessarily turns the listener into like a consumer, obviously from the merchandise point of view. Whereas like I feel like if you go to a concert and it's sick, you're like, fuck, I want to remember this. And then they set up this like fire sale of like a bunch of like overpriced t-shirts made in like dodgy Eastern factories that are like exploiting manual labor and shit.
Yeah.
And not manual labor, sorry, like unfair labor or whatever it is. And so it's like, I feel like they capitalize more on that. And that's what I'm saying about the football space is they capitalize on that too, but they also capitalize on the other side. Yeah. And I don't see that in music enough. And I guess that's maybe kind of the problem that I feel like I'm trying to solve is to like make that flip. Like, okay, we're doing well at live concerts, we're not doing well online, or we're not doing as well online. But again, like I don't know, like it's really hard to see if that's the case.
I mean, this is the issue
of the private data, right?
Yeah, like even when I was researching today for like the global merchandising like market, like how big it was, like I tried to search everything, but I couldn't really find anything besides like information like 2018, which was like 3-point-something billion. But like, let's be honest, 2018 is 6 years ago. So, well, I mean, I don't know exactly when they concluded the data, but yeah, let's say 6 years ago. That's definitely much bigger now. I think it should be around 4 or 5 billion. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Like, I feel like the same, but like with the exclusive content stuff that we're gonna do.
Yeah.
With this thing with merch and exclusive content, is I think the main reason why I chose to do it is because of like artists lacking revenue, right?
Yeah.
Like, just streaming alone, I don't think supports artists enough, unless you're like a big superstar. Yeah. So I feel like exclusive content is another way that they can tap into revenue,
Yeah.
Especially with like that Goldman Sachs report. I don't know like how accurate that is, because like the whole thing where they own like part of Spotify.
Oh right.
And that's why like it's kind of like not trusty, because like they're kind of already in the industry, and then they're making a report.
Yeah.
No shame. But yeah, like what they said, like projected revenue around like extra like $4 billion in superfans, which is like crazy if you think about it. So I mean that's
from superfans.
Yeah, just superfans.
Okay, yeah, now I remember what you're saying.
Until like 2027, I think it was, or like a bit later than I can't remember.
What's that like saying about like is it 100 true fans, or is it 1,000 true fans?
I think it was 1,000.
1,000, maybe 1,000. Yeah. That's what I mean. Yeah, it's like that whole thing. This is kind of back to the merchandise quickly. Is that like it takes, what was it that we used to stat? It's $38 worth of streaming is 12,000 streams. So 12,000 streams generates $38, give or take. That's the price of an average t-shirt. So like, can you sell one t-shirt, or can you generate 12,000 streams? Like, which is easier? Yeah. So it's like, I think like we're obviously talking about this, like to be profitable in this space, and especially with exclusive content, right? Like if you sell one monthly subscription to your Patreon, for example, versus like how much you need to do to generate that each month in streams, like the streaming like revenue is not there. Like it's not the play. Like obviously you need that to like gain awareness.
I mean, I guess touring is also a big place of course, where artists make money. Yeah. But no,
maybe that is our shared problem here, is that obviously touring is like, a lot of artists like subsidize their income by going on touring, essentially. Is subsidize the right word? They compensate for the lack of income through streaming.
Yeah, I think compensate probably, that's better.
So like they don't make enough money through streaming, so they go on tour, so they make albums to stream so that they can sell tickets to their shows, so they can make money, which is great, 100%. Like that, like if streaming is not doing it for you, then like look at other avenues. But there are more avenues. There are more digital, especially with like everything moving online so much, and the rate that technology is advancing. Like there's so many different ways to make money. And I think exclusive content is a big one. Like if they can sell those things, like, excuse me, dude, I'm super burpy today.
Yeah, me too, man. I just did it twice. Yeah, my bad.
Bad. Like I forgot what I was saying now.
It was like with the super fans.
Yeah. But I was just saying, I just think that like they have to capitalize on more revenue streams, because at the end of the day, like we look at monthly listeners on Spotify and we see 100,000, like wow, 100,000 monthly listeners. Yeah. That's not a lot of money though. But like if you've got 50 people paying your subscription, you're making more money than 100,000 monthly listeners. And so it's like, at the end of the day, these artists, they are businesses, but I think everybody is wrapped up in the numbers game of social media and Spotify and monthly listeners and TikTok and how many streams. Yeah. It's a business at the end of the day. Like you artists need to survive. Yeah, and I think that a lot of artists go into it with a kind of a clout chaser mentality of like, I want to be famous. Like it's this vanity to it. But like realistically, like if you want to make music for a living, you have to like be smart with your revenue streams, even if that means putting more money into reaching less people, because those less people, it's not about impressions, it's about like revenue. So if you can make more of an impact with less people, then you'll be doing better as an artist, even though you won't be as widely known. I think that's maybe like I was saying, that's like a shared problem we're seeing, is that like they need to diversify the revenue portfolio. Definitely.
I mean, there was also like one thing that I wanted to mention was like the stat. I can't remember what it was exactly right now, but it was like it was a report that was showing how much people spend on like any music related things. I remember
the one.
And it was like and it was like very small, because I don't know, it was like mainly people spend.
People spending?
Yeah, I think it was.
Right. No, I was thinking revenue from
artists. No, I was thinking. No, there was a report about how much people spend on music yearly. Okay. And I think it was $150 per person, which is like, if you think about that, it's like nothing, right?
When you said, is that spend on recorded music or just in the music?
No, just like in the music industry, like in general, right? Yeah. So like, and I'm pretty sure if you look at that 150, right, that's mainly just streaming music. Right? If you look at Spotify, what is their subscription
like
model?
$9.99 a month?
No, it's much higher now.
Is it higher now?
Yeah, I think
I'm on my family plan. I don't even know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just pay it with my credit
card.
But no, it's gone up. So like, if you think about it, like people aren't even spending on artists like that. You know. So like, I feel like there's also one thing with like the consumerist thing. It's working. It's just like it just goes into sleep mode.
Oh yeah.
That like
we need to get a tech guy at some point.
Facts. Get another headphone.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I guess people need to spend more money too at the same time. But I mean, with current like situation with the world, I don't exactly know how that works with like inflation and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's like basically the whole concept of like the super fan stuff.
Yeah.
But I think we're not exactly even like aiming for the super fans anymore. Like I kind of like left it. It's more just like fans that want exclusive content.
I think that like a lot of what I think is that how can you turn a non-super fan into a paying fan?
Exactly.
So like right now, like I listen to a lot of artists that I like, you know, just because you're a fan of an artist and you stream them. I mean, obviously everything counts, but like you don't really make a massive splash as an individual on an artist's like livelihood if you just stream them casually, right? Like casual streaming doesn't generate a lot of money. But it's like, how could you turn those like casual fans into like paying fans? Like that's where it comes to merchandise for me, is that like, you know, if Adele made a t-shirt that had cultural value or like it had like a style value that was beyond just being Adele's merch. This is part of what I was thinking with my original idea, is like, if I casually listen to an artist, but like I'm not a big enough fan to wear a t-shirt with their face on it, because like I don't think I have any t-shirts with anyone's face on it. But like if they had,
I've never bought merch.
I bought some Justin Bieber merch.
No way.
Yeah,
really?
yeah. But I went to the show. Right?
Really?
Yeah. I got and my older brother when I was 16. I got blackout drunk at the Justin Bieber show, bro. It was
underage drinking.
Yeah.
Nah, it's fine.
But yeah, like for example, if an artist made like, I'll say my idea. I always wanted to make football shirts for artists. Yeah. If there's an artist I casually listened to made their own football shirt and it was like hard, like if I looked at it and I was like, I want to play football in that, I'd be more inclined to buy it than I would at the regular merch. So it's like, if you can add cultural capital to merchandise, what with it still being a good expression of fandom, like a meaningful expression of fandom, the same type of feeling you get when you wear Adele's face on your if that's what you want, you know. That's a problem. No, it's not a problem. That's kind of an opportunity that I see as well. So it's like the super fan is important because you can really capitalize on them.
Exactly.
But like if you capitalize a little bit on the casual fan, I could equate to the same thing. You know, it's just there's just more of them to turn, but there's less turning to be done, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're getting close to figuring out what our problem is, isn't it? Like,
no, I think we're like day by day we're slowly getting closer. Yeah. I think the one thing that really helped us, and I think to whoever wants to start something new, is definitely the pivoting.
Yeah.
That is a big aspect of it. I think if you don't pivot, then you just get stuck in a hole, and it's just
what
like,
was it Cliff said? Hope is not a strategy.
Yeah. Did you say you're gonna get a tattoo then?
Yeah. He's a Cliff. He said hope is not a strategy. He said that, you know, if you have a cool idea and you like are hoping that it works, that's not good enough. Like unless your idea is perfect, which is like unlikely as fuck.
Yeah,
right?
It's very unlikely.
But like like you see this. Like, we both had ideas and we're like, this is probably not going to work by itself. Yeah. And so we had to pivot, and pivoting is definitely the play, and we're definitely in that like early phase, constant pivoting every so often.
Trying to figure out things.
Okay, we got to shake it up now. Do we want to be a creator? What they called it?
Distributor, creator, whatever, right?
Yeah, but what were those? Business
models?
No, it was business model. No, business model was like how you generate the revenue. That was what we were drawing.
Archetypes or something. Yeah.
Broker was one. But yeah, so even that we like sat down and was like, fuck, like what are we aiming to achieve? Like as like what's our operational identity? But yeah, dude, I mean, I think we're pretty close to the end here, but I'm really fucking enjoying the journey, and like really enjoying the learning experience and feeling mad confident, because like it's not like we sit and we have a product where like, oh, we know this is going to work. Like we don't have that product yet, and I don't think you'll ever have that feeling of like this is going to fucking work until you until like the penny drops, right?
To be honest, like if I'm being honest, like I think this is gonna work. Like I think we have an idea.
Well, the current like model.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't want to exactly like jinx it or like say anything, right? Like knock on wood. But no, what I mean is like I feel like us two together definitely we can like create something that's gonna be viable for the market.
That's what I feel. I feel like me and you 100% with our heads in the same tank.
I mean, whether it's this model or whether it's the one in like 50 models time, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we're probably gonna have this iteration, that iteration, you know. Then we're gonna probably talk to like someone like Cliff or Eric.
They're gonna drop,
and then they're gonna be like, oh, but this
phrase on us,
and then we're gonna be like, fuck, we have to pivot again. Then we should go back, then go forward. So like, I feel like there's gonna be a lot.
But I think you can even tell by the way we're talking about it that we're both comfortable in that reality.
Yeah,
like we're both comfortable like knowing that what we think will change.
Definitely,
like what our plan will change. I think we've definitely identified the general area, the space. We're building the foundation, the blueprint, and then we're just trying to stack it up to make it as perfectly curated to the market as possible, so that we can win, you know. And like, yeah. I
mean, I'm pretty sure time will tell.
Yeah.
But no, definitely we have an idea with this. I mean, obviously we'll do. I am enjoying this a lot.
Bro, I'm loving this.
So I'm pretty sure we'll record more of like the whole journey and talk about more in depth.
Yeah, definitely.
But I mean, this is like obviously just an introduction to the whole thing.
Yeah.
Are we actually gonna keep this one or?
Yeah, I'm posting this one. Yeah.
Damn, it's gonna be on a little like phone camera there.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I waved. It's just you waved, so I waved.
Thanks for watching. But yeah, no, we're gonna post this one for sure. Like,
I think like we should do like a few a month. Like
I think like once every 2 weeks could be.
Yeah, something like that. We don't
want to like overexert ourselves.
Yeah, like 2 a month or something, you know. Like.
Sorry, I just had to burp again.
Nah, it's fine.
It's the blue cheese pasta, bro. But yeah, no, I'm enjoying it like a lot, and like at the end of the day, like this could have been a conversation that you and I would have sat down to like have anyway.
Yeah.
To like check in with each other where we're at.
Why not record it?
We have these conversations all the time, so like this isn't even any extra work realistically. Like, is it? I feel like I even feel like we've got somewhere. Like we've made some progress on the concept. Like for me now, like even just talking about that problem, I feel like maybe we haven't fully addressed like the problem of the problem yet.
Exactly.
We've been cognizant of it, but we haven't exactly like attacked it yet. Yep. So I think also while this is like, you know, like a project for us, I think we'll make progress like during these.
Oh, definitely. I already have something else like in mind that I'll talk to you after this.
You want to just record the second podcast or just stop and start again? I'm joking.
Okay, yeah. Okay, fair enough. My brain's a bit slow right now. Like
maybe I'm just not that funny.
Nah, you're plenty funny, bro.
I like.
But you know what's crazy? We've been going for like 48 minutes.
Is it? Yeah, we thought we'll just do 15 minutes. We'll just get out of the way. Like first one, like. But no, I've thoroughly enjoyed this, bro, and I'm looking forward to StartOpps episode 2.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I should probably come up with a few questions too.
Yeah. Maybe you can run the next one.
Actually, if we do it one by one,
I like that.
I mean, we will obviously have to like come up with a theme and know what to talk about. Obviously, mainly it's gonna be about us and our progress with like currently what we're going on.
Yeah, I definitely want to keep everyone updated on like whether you progressed from like intern to full time.
No, I've already progressed. Now I'm a paid intern.
We haven't had your performance review.
Yeah, but paid intern.
I have to speak to the rest of the board.
Nah, but jokes aside, this has honestly been pretty fun so far.
No, 100%.
With what we're doing, but I'm definitely curious to see where we'll be in like 6 months' time.
I fucking hate that phrase. No offense, that curious to see, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
I hate that shit. Because you know why? I think I can remember one specific instance of someone saying that at like a panel, like, I'm curious to know, and I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Oh, it was that kid in the CGS, right?
No.
Was it not that kid?
He definitely said it as well, but I'm not the one I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
But
that guy was a bellend.
It's such
actually,
for me, it's I know obviously like I think you meant it there, of course, but like I feel like it's such a manufactured like lead for a question. It's like, I'm curious to know. It's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, I know, but like
it just sounds kind of like fake, you know. Like how fucking curious are you? That's like
no, but like no, I actually want to see like how this will end up in like the next 6 months, because you know like shit changes daily, you know.
Yeah, no, 100%.
So like even like because like, you know, we talked about like throughout summer, like working on this and then trying to figure out like funding and stuff like that. So like I'm actually like curious to see yeah, so I want to see how.
But it sounds like you mean it, bro.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up, man. It's a sarcasm. Nah, but like I want to see like how everything would work with like funding and when we actually have like a full plan of like what we're gonna do, who we're gonna sign with like doing this stuff particularly, you know, like you know, like once you get like contracts drafted, that's the real stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Like once also like we gotta like have the whole business entity running and things, you know. So I feel like after that it's gonna be a lot more serious than it is now.
We're still gonna have some fun though.
Yeah, no, I'm here for the fun, obviously.
I meant you meant in general. I was talking about on the pod. I was like, I'm still gonna be jossing you. I'm still your op, bro. I'm still your op. Don't forget.
Yeah. Of course.
All right, mate. Let's call it there.
Yeah.
How long have we been going for? I mean, that's a good amount of time for a pod, I reckon.
Yeah.
Is it 50 or is it?
Yeah, it's 50.
Nice.
Because it's one because I had it in like film format.
Okay, like, cool.
I was in uni editing. So.
All right, sweet. Well, let's say goodbye. Thank you so much for not watching.
Yeah. Cheers for not watching.
Cheers for just like accidentally coming.
I wonder who's gonna even see this. The people are gonna be like, "What the fuck are
they gonna go back to episode 1 in 5 years' time and be like, damn, look at that." What was I gonna say? I was like,
dude, you actually be burping so much right now.
I like can't swallow a lot of the time as well.
Yeah.
Is that like, if that's like a medical condition, can someone let me know? Like, but no, I reckon like, thanks for the people who have like accidentally come across this, and kind of like that's the thing with social media is you don't really choose what comes across your path.
Yeah, I mean it's like if you do the tags in YouTube, I used to upload YouTube videos, right? Actually, just before we finish, like when I was producing, I actually had a YouTube channel.
I feel like we've been about to finish for like 10 minutes.
No, but like my bad. Like no, I actually had a YouTube channel
if
where
someone's watching it, they'll be like, "Why are these guys like 15 minutes ago they talk about?" Yeah, I think we're pretty much done. So how does this go on for 15 more minutes?
Nah, but
yeah.
Before like we close off, I just want to say, what is it with? I used to make like tutorials on how to like make beats for like whoever like in the style of who. So like I remember like the tag stuff, but yeah, the most random people reach you. I had like random videos reach like 10,000 views, and I didn't do like anything. It was like a loop pack too.
Bro, I actually made a TikTok for the first time the other day.
Yeah.
And it like within like an hour and a half, and I had 0 followers. Like I literally just put it out, and I put a couple like basic tags like hashtag freestyle, hashtag freestyle rapper, hashtag producer, something shit like that. Like and I like look at TikTok and I'm like, this is like, I'm not a fan of TikTok.
But we're not eating before this pod ever.
That's a problem. But like after like half an hour, I put my TikTok up, and it was literally just me like freestyling.
Yeah, well, you posted on Insta.
I posted on Insta as well.
Yeah,
but I posted on Insta after like later. But I posted on TikTok first. And like within half an hour, I had like 70 likes and like nearly 1,000 views.
Damn.
And I was like, but I think as I opened it up and saw all the like notifications and bro, I like, because I don't go on it social media, so like the dopamine rush, it literally felt like I was like relapsing or something.
Damn. No, but like TikTok has some crazy like I don't know how their whole like system works, but like the most random people reach it, and like you could just blow up like this like, out of nowhere. Yeah. That actually definitely we should like create these into reels and stuff.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah, that's
like I feel That's the like
I
feel like this shit would go really well on TikTok and like
I think
Instagram.
There's definitely some cool like snippets of conversation for reels and shit. So
yeah, I mean
maybe the boys blow up
like
on
tomorrow
media.
Actually, because they will cut it up. Yeah,
that's the whole point, bro.
Okay, that's good that we recorded this. We're really hesitant of recording this today.
I wasn't, bro.
I was dying, bro.
All right, cool. Well, we will leave it at that.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching or not watching or seeing the reels. But, I've been Matthias. This is Julian. Maybe we should have like a way to sign off. Like, I've been Matthias. This is my StartOpps Julian. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, cheers. Bye bye.
Okay, cool. And I'll cut it there, bro. Let's go. That was super fun.
Let's go. That was sick.
Hopefully